Let's try something a little different. Not just learning about Earth, but actually hearing it speak. What would you ask it if it could answer you? Let's find out. Let's get started.
So, today we're doing something a little different. We're not just talking about Earth, we're actually talking to it. Everything you're about to hear is based on real science. You can check the sources in the description. So, let's try this. Tell us something real about you.
I'm not a perfect sphere, not even close. Because I rotate, I bulge at the equator and flatten at the poles, this shape is called an oblate spheroid. At the equator, my radius is about 21 kilometers larger than from the center to the poles. That might sound small, but on a planetary scale, it's significant. If you could shrink me down to the size of a basketball, you'd still notice that I'm slightly wider in the middle.
Okay, that's actually interesting. But yeah, I don't think anyone's shrinking Earth anytime soon. All right, that one makes sense. Now give me something deeper, something we don't usually notice.
You think global warming happens mostly in the air, but most of the heat never stays there. Over 90% of the extra heat trapped by greenhouse gases is absorbed by my oceans. Water can store much more heat than air, so the ocean acts like a massive energy reservoir. That means even when the air around you feels normal, the real warming is happening below the surface. And that heat slowly affects currents, weather systems, and even the strength of storms.
So basically, the ocean is doing all the hard work.
You could say that. I hide most of the heat where people don't look.
Okay, that was interesting. Give me something unexpected.
My magnetic North Pole doesn't stay in one place. It's constantly moving across the Arctic, sometimes at speeds of around 50 kilometers per year. Scientists have tracked it shifting thousands of kilometers over time, from Canada toward Siberia. This happens because deep inside me, my outer core is made of molten iron that's always moving. That movement creates my magnetic field, and when it changes, the magnetic field shifts too. That's why navigation systems, maps, and even your phone need updates, because magnetic north today is not where it was a few years ago.
Wait, so even the compass isn't fixed?
Not the way you think.
All right. Give me something about where we live.
You think the ground beneath you is stable, but it's not. My outer layer is broken into massive pieces, called tectonic plates. These plates are always moving, slowly, but constantly. On average, they move just a few centimeters each year, about the same speed your fingernails grow. It sounds small, but over millions of years, those movements reshape entire continents. Oceans open and close, mountains rise, and earthquakes happen because of these shifting plates. Right now, as you're sitting there, you're moving with one of them. You just can't feel it.
So technically, I'm traveling right now?
Yes, just very, very slowly.
All right. What's a fact that doesn't feel real?
There are more trees on me than stars in your galaxy. Scientists estimate I have around 3 trillion trees. Now, compare that to the Milky Way, which has about 100 to 400 billion stars. Even at the highest estimate, trees still outnumber stars. That might sound impossible, but life on my surface multiplies, while stars take millions of years to form. So while you look up and see something endless, there's actually more life beneath your feet.
Wait, more trees than stars? Yeah, that doesn't feel right.
That's because you're looking in the wrong direction.
Okay, so we have more trees than stars. That still doesn't feel right. But now I'm curious. What about time? Something we think is completely fixed.
You think a day is exactly 24 hours, but it's not. That's just the time it takes for the sun to return to the same place in your sky. If you measure my actual rotation in space, I complete one full spin in about 23 hours and 56 minutes. The difference happens because, while I'm spinning, I'm also moving around the sun. So every day, I have to rotate a little bit more, just for the sun to appear in the same position again. That's why your 24-hour day isn't my true rotation.
Wait, so we've been counting it wrong this whole time?
No, you've just been measuring it differently.
Okay, so we're protected by things we can't even see. What about the air around us?
The air around you is more powerful than you think. My atmosphere acts like a shield. It blocks most of the harmful radiation coming from the sun. And every day, thousands of small meteoroids enter it. Most of them burn up before they ever reach the ground. Without this layer of gases, the surface would be exposed to extreme radiation and constant impacts from space. Life as you know it would not survive.
So the air around us is actually protecting us all the time?
Yes, you're living inside your own shield